Very good. とっても美味しい. And I'm gonna show you how. And then I'm just gonna top it off with some of my green onions. Ta-da! And then I'm going to do a little taste test. Cool tissues. All right, enough about my outfit there. Let's go ahead and place our salmon. In most cases, I like to take off the excess paste. Okay, just kind of like, if you leave on a lot, it's going to be very powerful. Dun 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 dun. Yes, today I am going to be making miso salmon. I made it before, but I don't think I was that clear, so I'm gonna do it again. In this case, I'm gonna show you what type of miso I use. This is just a regular one I just buy at a grocery store. I think it's kind of common in all grocery stores. I like the Shiro miso, and Shiro just means white versus the red, aka, right? Measuring cup, and I also have mirin, and it's sweet cooking rice seasoning. So sweet like rice. It's used a lot in many of the Japanese dishes. So if you want, you could get a big container full of aji mirin, or you could just get a small bottle. I don't have a lot of cupboard space, so I actually use the small bottles and stuff, and I just refill it. All right, let's get started. So the miso, the main ingredient is the miso itself, and you want to go ahead and mix it first on the side. I used to put everything all together and just mush it up. But I realize sometimes if I don't put enough mirin and one more ingredient, sugar, it becomes very salty, right? Because the miso paste itself is salty. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna, well, if you like, it's usually like 2 fillets or so, 2 tablespoons okay, or even just 1 tablespoon. It's up to you. Spoon, because now I'm at the bottom of it and it's hard to scoop out. Usually I use my but this case, so I'm gonna put it in my little measuring cup here. It could be a bowl. I have 3 fillets that I bought at my local store. So, all right, there we go. And then my mirin, about the same amount. You wanna make it to the point where it's not too watery. So I like to put just a tablespoon, and then I'll mix it. So what I used to do is just put everything all in one container with the salmon, and I usually didn't mix it like this, and therefore the mirin didn't get fully all nicely mixed with the miso. Now it's still a little bit too thick. This is like a oatmeal, just clumps together, so I kind of want to put a little bit more. Maybe it's gonna be, I'm gonna mix it. Ooh. 2 tablespoons of mirin. And to be honest with you, I usually don't measure things out. I kind of just go with my taste buds. Eyeing it out. All right. It won't be like, salty. It's kind of good. So right now it's just perfect. If I want to put a little bit more, I can, but I'm gonna wait until I go ahead and put some sugar in. The sugar, you don't want to put too much as well, because mirin itself is already sugary. All right, mix, mix, mix. Now, it's almost like a paste, like a consistency of glue, okay? Ooh. I have my salmon already here. I think I put enough sugar. Double check it. It's good that I checked it. I'm not a professional chef. I do love to cook. Oopsie daisy, I didn't add enough. All right, I think it should be good now. Ooh, mix, mix, mix. And I have my salmon. My salmon I bought at a local store, and I got lucky because it was already nicely sliced, perfectly clean. That means the scales are all out. It's scaled already. I'm gonna place it in like this. And I absorbed all the extra water or wet when I cleaned the salmon, the paper towel, and I dabbed it, and I kind of put a little bit of salt on it, just a tad bit, right? And I just let it sit. And now it's nicely clean. I'm gonna pour my miso sauce. Hopefully you can see that. I'm gonna pour it. It's already nicely mixed, so I'm happy. And keep in mind, this is 2 tablespoons, maybe a little bit less, of the miso paste. And then I put mirin mixed in with it and some sugar. The mirin, I believe I put about 2 tablespoons. I end up putting a little bit more and more as I tasted it. And yes, I'm sorry if this is not exact, but as you make it your own, right? You put the amount that is like perfect to your taste buds. And now, oops, I'm gonna make sure that I make all the little sides of my salmon. And this is when I wanna use my hands. All right, and my hands are all clean, and I'm gonna go ahead and take my hand and just rub it nicely all over my salmon. Okay, I want it fully covered. And then you're gonna let it sit for a little bit. So if it's fully covered, then the salmon will nicely absorb that flavor of the miso. See that? Oh, very nice feeling. Smooth. Feels like as if I'm getting a pedicure almost. My hand massage, but with miso dressing. Not dressing, but miso paste. Mirin and sugar. So I'm gonna make sure all the sides are all nicely covered, just like this. But my hands are clean, feels good. I just wanna make sure it's nicely covered. And voila. voila. I'm just gonna let it sit there right in here like this. You can just use your chopsticks or your spoon and just kind of blend in, cover it, or use a fork and flip it over. I just love the feel of it, like it's like a massage almost. I'm massaging my salmon. And it looks kind of like this. See? Now you're gonna cover it and then you're gonna put it in the refrigerator for just a tad bit, like probably 30 minutes is fine. But if you're in a rush and you wanna just do it for 15, it's fine. The salmon is gonna absorb it very quickly. And then you just broil it. Let's go ahead and let it sit for a bit. So to be honest with you, while I wait for things to either marinate or cook, I do other prep. It's a good time, or you clean your kitchen, or you start another dish, right? In this case, I'm just chopping up some green onions. It's really good to put on top of your dishes to add a little bit of color. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just gonna be chopping it. I already cleaned 2 stalks, and now I'm just gonna slice it as thinly as possible. This is how thin I like to slice it, because you don't want it to be too thick where it becomes very powerful. So every bite you taste is the green onion. That's not good. So here I did put Shiro gourmet, the white roasted sesame seeds. But if I wanted to, I could just put a little bit of this too. And look how pretty it looks, right? It looks different. It looks really a Michelin star restaurant. I don't know. Anyways, that's what I do. I just make sure that I have everything all set, and I just cut. When I was growing up, my mom and dad wanted it to be very thin. I think they just made me want to do that just because to keep me occupied. And I liked it. I love watching my dad hold his knife. And he always told me how I hold my knife was incorrect because I put my index finger on the knife. And he said, that's not how you control it. You hold your knife like this and you chop, and everything's in the wrist and everything. And I'm like, index finger, and I chop, 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 chop. Everyone has their way, and it works for me. Boom, 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 boom. Miso salmon. It is ready. All right, so I let it sit for about 30 minutes or so inside the sauce that I made. Keep in mind, it's 2 tablespoons of miso paste, 2 tablespoons of mirin. I love using aji mirin. Put a little bit of sugar, mix it up, and then I poured it right on top of miso fillets. The next thing I'm going to do, place it on to a pan like this and just pop it in the oven. I'm gonna broil it. Sometimes it's really good is to put it in parchment paper and you kind of fold it over and steam cooks inside the parchment paper like a pocket. But in this case, I'm just gonna broil it. The one I had, I had for ages, but it is ages, I'd say. It broke. So now I try this new thing called kitchen in the box. Isn't that cute? That's why I bought it, the name of it, kitchen in the box. That means to me, quick and simple, right? Well, I'm not too sure if it's quick and simple because I'm having a hard time adjusting the heat. I think it's ready to go. So I'm gonna show you how I'm going to put it onto my plate or my pan, and I'm just gonna roll up my sleeves. So I use my regular hair tie and just roll it up because it gets kind of in the way and I don't want it to get it dirty. And yes, I love to a variety of type of hoppy coats, kimono, yukatas, anything like a jacket, I like cook for fun, but I love it. And in this case, look how cute this is. It has little goldfishies. All right, enough about my outfit there. Let's go ahead and place our salmon. In most cases, I like to take off the excess paste. Okay, just kind of like, if you leave on a lot, it's going to be very powerful. So I'm gonna take some off. Powerful meaning the miso paste would be very strong. And when I cook, I don't mind to get my hands dirty. So if you don't mind, then that's the best because then you can take off as much of the paste that you like. Ooh, with this one. I know you don't really see what's behind the scenes. No, just kidding. All the sliminess that chefs do or cooks do. All right, I took off as much as I felt was good for my taste buds. And rinse off my hands real fast. Italian. And so you can see the covering of it. So let's go ahead and put it in the oven. It was nice and warm, so I think it was working. It says 10 minutes. I usually don't use that, so I'm not too sure how long, but I like to just cook and make sure that all sides are kind of toasty and brown. It's salmon, so you know, sometimes if you kind of undercook it, it's okay. You want to cook it to your flavor, to your taste, to what you like. I don't mind if it's a little bit soft in the center, but in this case, I'm gonna try to cook it thoroughly. Wish me luck with this new kitchen in the box. The salmon did finish, but I forgot to show it to you. I just tendency to just open it up and then put it on the plate. And you can see how it's nicely all kind of like even brown on the sides right here. And then I'm just gonna top it off with some of my green onions. Ta-da! And then I'm going to do a little taste test. Delicious this looks. Very moist. Ooh, and tender. I don't know if you can see the juiciness. Very good. とっても美味しい. And I'm gonna show you how I cooked it. I did cook it about 10 minutes, and this is the inside of it. It's nice and juicy. My rashi. Oh, my miso salmon. I hope you like it.